Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. I am Bonnie D, and I will be channeling cards. The cards are already picked. I do a meditation, midnight meditation, and the cards flow out like they're supposed to flow out. It is a collective reading for everyone, and come on in. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that your energy connects with mine. And if not, may your journey be magical as you are. So we are going to start. Today is the 5/28, 2025, which is a 24, which is a six. And six, basically, the energy of the six is very strong. It's right now, uh, do some earthing and some meditation and some connecting with Gaia. Now is a really good time to do that. So that's the angel message that I kind of had for today with the date. And you can look up angel number six for some more information. I'm going to start out with the Mystic Forest Oracle tonight. And this is telling you everything is here. Embrace the spirit, belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. I really agree with that. We should be grateful for what we have. Gratitude, it works wonders in your life. Now, we've got Earth Angel. I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. And this everything card was beautiful. The everything card just shows that she's grounding herself and looking for Gaia, and she's found them. She's reaching out. And this angel message, Earth Angel, um, she is the guardian of Mother Earth, so it's protecting. So a lot of it today or tonight is grounding. That's why we're getting the earthing, and everything is here within also. If we do gratitude and love each other and learn our triggers, that's great. That's amazing. We need that. Number 40 at day's end, rest. I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. That is a beautiful card. And she is. She would be like something I would do. I would take a nap there beside the water and just listen. I don't think it's a nap. I think she's going into a twilight meditation, and she is just resting and relaxing. And our avatar needs that. Our avatar really needs that because sometimes the soul pushes the avatar a little bit too much, and it takes a while for your avatar to catch up. So take care of your body. Just do what you need to do. There's a lot of changes where we're getting rid of old habits and all kinds of stuff. So just keep an eye if you're starting to crave water, you're starting to crave something good for you, do it because we are going to go to a point where the food is basically beautifully nutrition and good to eat and helps us fix our bodies. Now we got out of the Magical Spirit Oracle, we got a 35, which is an 8. You are so brave to keep on going the way you do. The Forbidden Forest, bravery, persistence, and redemption. She is taking it on. When something says the Forbidden Forest, you don't usually go in there. But my opinion with her is she feels very confident in the way she would handle it. The Forbidden Forest, bravery, persistence, redemption, and resurrection. I am healing and redeeming the lost parts of my soul. Ooh, I'm gonna like this. The brave one, she who persists, even when her heart is aching and she feels she cannot make it through this day. She has traveled long and deep and grown tired, and rightfully so, in that dark and forbidden forest, the place it is said where you might not survive, the place they say that if you go to, you must return to it again to retrieve your soul. This card represents the hero who chooses to continue on their journey, not half-heartedly, but with devotion and reverence. That part of the journey that nearly causes you to lose your soul or something essentially to your being for good, and then having to return to revive it. Doing the same hard thing, not once, but twice, is not easy to do. Even if it is just reimagining it in our head and heart, it still activates the same old wounds, pains, and stories. Heart, it still activates those wounds, pain, and stories. Yeah, I think the wounds, pains, and stories are kind of like when we went through the dark night of the soul, or if we're going through it, we're trying to release those pains that we had going through it, and we've kept it forbidden, and I think now is the time to release it. Pulling the Forbidden Forest card can be a positive affirmation that you are in the active process of this journey, that you are indeed being brave like the hero. You are earning the inner and outer gifts you so rightfully deserve. Alternately, this card can be a sign that you may need to return to the Forbidden Forest to heal, retrieve, or resurrect something of yours. Is there anything you have been suppressing or resisting? You may be at a point where it's time. Even if you need to ask others for help, that is brave too. Every hero needs an ally. This may be a good time to do a journal session, self-guided meditation with instrumental music in the background, or even seek counsel with a loved one or therapist of if you feel called to. Imagine returning to the Forbidden Forest to retrieve and heal a lost piece of yourself. Visualize it in detail. Walking through the woods, what do you find there? A messenger, a wound, your soul, a memory, your higher self. Allow your inner vision to manifest through you. Ask your spirit guides or ancestors for insight. We all have that. We can ask for insight. We can ask the Christ consciousness in the heart. And you usually, if you quiet your mind, you'll feel that and you'll respect that the way it came in, the message. Okay, now we have the Intuitive Whisper Oracle 29, which is an 11, which is a master number. It doubles in energy and it also doubles in perception. The precious present moment. Look around you in this moment. What can you see? Try to notice 5 things that you haven't been aware of just a few moments ago, such as color, texture, sound, or feeling within yourself. We can so often get caught in our mind analyzing the past or predicting or unknowing future that we forgot to notice so much of the beauty of this moment. Much of our suffering happens inside and outside of this present moment. So when we can train ourselves to become more present, we take ourselves away from a lot of unnecessary pain. Whenever you feel you are caught up in the busyness of the mind, the way to guide yourself back into the present moment is to focus your attention on your breath and the physical sensation of your body, both of which are always in the present moment. It is thought that anxiety is created by the mind, worrying about the future, and depression is created by analysis and analyzing the past. So by beginning to spend more time exploring the precious present moment, you will feel more peaceful. How to connect to the present moment. Here's an easy exercise that will guide you into the present. Look around you and list out loud 5 things that you can see. 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Notice how present and peaceful you feel in this moment. It is, and it's kind of taking her away from him away from the thoughts that are going through their mind when they're looking at the precious present. A lot of things keep bringing up the old. You want to remember the beautiful, the old. You don't want to remember the bad stuff. And if you do, it's got to feel like it was a good experience, that you needed that in your life at that time to have that experience. Negative and positive. That's how it works. This is the Starseed Oracle. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many starseeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversation and relationships. However, we must remember that we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media, with so many people knowing our news. What is it doing to our auric field? Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or having a regular catch up. Walk with someone. In what way can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life, those you truly know? Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you reach out to people in your life physically? Physically is kind of tricky because physically we have been going through for 5 years now, uh, the virus and stuff, and people don't like to come near you because they made it that way. So start working on maybe getting with the community, enjoying people around you. There's all kinds of stuff. Okay, we are going to start with the Enchanted Map Oracle, and we have the Ocean Tarot for clarifiers. So the first one we have is 43, and it's details. And clarity is in this magnifying glass. So details and clarity, it's got a compass and a magnifying glass and books. Details. 43 is a 7. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest detail. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the detail and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch on your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after. When it's too late, clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute, body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. Yeah, you usually know when you're talking to somebody or they're talking at you that they're, got something going on, and it's a good thing. I don't think what we do, saying things and stuff, is not necessarily bad. It's our opinion, and our opinion is allowed, but that doesn't mean everybody agrees with your opinion. So just take that, in slow motion and understand that there's details that somebody's going to be looking. If you're planning on doing something and these are saying no, don't, you got to listen to because after the details, the clarifier was the Five of Swords, which is conflict. Yeah. Yeah. An argument or other conflicts leave you battle worn and feeling small. This may be because someone you trusted has been cruel, unkind, or even devious, wounding your friendship, business, relationship, or romance out of jealousy or a need for power. This card can also reveal communication problems in family, hurtful, opposing, or being unfairly overruled and ignored. On a more positive note, the situation is now out in the open. Stand your ground. You don't need to respond aggressively, but do be assertive rather than retreat. This is opposition, arguments, shame, bullying, unfairness, loss, and resilience. Um, with the details being the way it is, I'm seeing that you really, before you sign something, to really look at it, because I'm seeing like something covered, like you're something, a contract or something you think is good. Like you've done the details, but there's a conflict there that's blocking some of it. You only see half of the problem, and you got to kind of really look at the real picture. So that's kind of what that's saying, because if you don't, there could be a conflict in there. So, and number 13 was solitude. And with solitude, it makes you feel like you're comfortable in your own skin and as detached to replenish the soul. It's in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, it's a good place to replenish the soul. The only thing you hear probably are the mosquitoes and the birds. Meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for a conscious retreat. What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off of your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised by how things sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. We tend to not take the time outs that we should take. People are in a hurry all the time. Hurry, 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 hurry. I'm in a hurry half the time. Everybody I know is basically in a hurry. So you got to be careful with the hurry, because sometimes if you hurry through, you might sign something, like in the details, you might miss something. So you'll want to go in solitude to actually release things and get the cosmic butterfly vibration in your heart and your gut, and know that it's what you need to do. Because with the clarifier on the solitude, you got the 15, which is a 6, and stay is a 6. That's the angel message. And it's a vortex. If you decide it's time to break an agreement or habit, do it. It will be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dedicate who you are. Take back your power. Choices, contracts, control, power, affairs, restriction, addiction. Yeah, we've got some issues here, and I would meditate on it and think about it. because something in all of our lives, basically, just keep an eye on yourselves because that could be for a lot of people. Now, the Dreams of Gaia was desperately wanting to come out, and I love the Dreams of Gaia. They really have good understandings of where we are right now in this world, and it really helps give you some advice and me. I'm learning as I go too. Now, this is great. This is a seven. And I love this one. I've always seen this one come up, and I love the two felines. But this is a divination sign. It's heating intuition. It's looking within, seeking answers, discovering awareness and trust. Uh, we have to pay attention to our intuition. Usually, our intuition will tell us what's going on. The feel of recognition, inexplicable coincidences, moments that repeat. Personal interpretation is crucial. Only you know the answer. Look beyond the surface and observe and be aware. The seven of fire represents the development of use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It is an instinctual and unconscious knowing that when you heed it can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It is a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but if we choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. The only thing I have a problem with this card is if you look at it, it looks like she's got everything she needs, but her hands are over her throat. So she wants to say something, but it's stopping her. I mean, she's got the lotus flower, the two felines, the third eye, the crown source, and she's got the butterfly over her third eye. But when she's grabbing her throat like that, it's telling me that she can't tell anybody. She can't speak about it. So be careful. This fire card is kind of like a warning, like be careful. If you can't say anything, ask for some help. The clarifier on the seven is the three of pentacles, and that's really interesting because it's recognition. That's what she is. That's exactly. I didn't even know that. I didn't realize that. Yeah. And we know threes are the divine message. So, I think basically all messages are right at the right time and are divine. It is time for acknowledgement as your work receives positive attention. Whether making a speech, organizing an event, or demonstrating your skill to others, your success is public rather than private. On the home front, this three can show that now is the time to make your home presentable so you can sell it or to renovate or redecorate your property. Whatever you do now, you can take pride in, and your work will have a lasting effect. Show off your work and be proud of your achievements. Rather, success is on the cards. Reputation, learning skills, performance, reward, security, and completion. I like that because it is saying that she or he is more of a person that's in public. So is her public, him or her public performance, but not saying what they need to say. It's like they're holding back on that. And we got one more card, and I just love this card. This card is just glowing with love. And if everybody could be like this, it'd be such a beautiful world. This is the ideal of kindness and compassion. See all that is good and pure in humanity. Strive to be better. Embrace healthy boundaries. Accept that you will falter. Overcome obstacles with gentle determination. Do not meet aggression with aggression. Be kind and walk away. Yeah, if somebody says something you don't agree with, that's okay. That's their opinion. and you either take it to heart or you just walk away from it. I've gotten to the point where I read things, but I walk away from it a lot because it's okay. I don't really care. I mean, I care, but I can't stop who I am. I can't stop being Fonny D. So it's either you'll love me or you won't like me. And either way, it's good. I can jive with it, really. I would be kind and walk away too. So that would be me. The Six of Water is the epitome of kindness and concern. She represents all that is good and pure within humanity and an ideal that many strive to meet. She is kind, but not to fault. She displays concern and care to meet. She is kind, but not to fault. Yeah, she's kind, but she's not a sucker, in other words. She's really friggin' kind. She's offering you jewels and just free flowing, and her third eye is pink, which is love. And that's what she's doing. She's giving you a heart with a pendant. So that's embrace boundaries. I mean, accept that you will falter. So we have to remember that. I mean, we are human and we make mistakes. But love is what love is. And the clarifier for that card was the Ace of Cups. Love. How could that be? How could that be? Serious. Water sign with the water. The golden cup. This ace brings you heart's desire as you find fulfillment through an artistic pursuit or a new relationship. You may create a baby that is your project, a new business, a book planting and gardening, or decorating your home. This card, along with the Queen of Ocean, reveals pregnancy, motherhood, and joy. The ace, while being a positive card, can also bring emotions that feel overwhelming. Open your heart and trust you need not be overwhelmed by emotions. Just be open to what comes to you. I can say that that was a great reading because it really kind of answered some questions for me also. So I hope everybody enjoyed this reading. It is what it is, and I feel that the energy is always with us, and we can control the energy around us by figuring out our trigger moments. Everybody has triggers, and that is okay. But when your triggers start to harm people, that is not okay. So, anyway, you know, may every step in your journey be magical. And I love you all. And let's see what else. Oh, yeah, just be you.